what are your further plans regarding the future of the channel, and what are you working on right now? Maybe any sneak peeks, any upcoming projects that you might or might not want to share with us here?
Oh my
Feel free to
god,
keep it to
there's some.
yourself.
Okay, well, I have to say it because it's really bad. So Deranged fucking suggested a prestige idea to me,
Right.
and I'm afraid to put it in a poll for my because I do a poll for each prestige video.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you want to see? And his idea was controller only.
Right. So controller only prestige.
Yeah, so that's something that I was fucking. I have been told that I should do, but I don't know if I should do it yet. You know, I'm in the denial phase right now. I'll probably end up doing it.
And on to the next point, we kind of briefly touched already in one of the previous games. Uh, has anything changed for you regarding the way you take the game since you started making content about it?
Okay, the only reason why I want to be better is because I want to make I want it to look cool, essentially. I don't really necessarily want to be better because competitive I want to be better than everybody else. I don't really care. But I think it would just be cool to I think it would make for better videos if I was better at the game. That's really all I have to touch on that is because I don't really care if getting good because for the sake of getting good because I'm playing a game that is kind of niche and it's not like I'm going to be like some fucking pro league player, you know? And there's already people with like 4.5 KDs that are already fucking known and you know have viewer bases because they're insane. So I'm kind of filling a different niche entirely. I'm trying just to be the shitpost. So it's but it would make it funnier if I could not funnier, but well, it would be a funny contrast to be like, oh, this guy's shit, but he like a shit post, but he also can like do some good shit in the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Because you don't expect somebody who's funny to be good at the game.
Right, and what about being recognized? Because it happens to you every once in a while, as you just saw.
Oh yeah. That I will never fucking get used to that ever. That is so weird to me. Like people know me without ever talking to me. It's kind of just a weird concept because when you look at the like when you're looking at your like sub count or view count, you know that like okay, there's people behind that number, but you don't realize like it doesn't click to you that like oh these fuckers actually are playing the game all the like and they can run into you at any given point in time and they know your name and they're gonna just be like yo Billy what up and I think that's cool and but it also leads to some like if you're having a violent day you know what I mean like you're just like fuck I want to just kill people you know and then you run into somebody who wants to be friendly and then you're like I want to just fight but like I can't be a dickhead you know because I don't get recognized all that often either so I don't want to be like a complete dick face when I do get recognized.
Mm-hmm.
But also sometimes I just want to fucking murder people. So it's interesting, but it's always cool because it's like oh yeah, that person actually is, you know, a real fucking person who actually you know plays the game. And it's just like you know, it's awesome.
Did it actually give you Winfield and a conversion?
Yes, yes.
You
This
lucky
is legit what
fuck.
Star Shell.
Star Shell, brother.
We're about to bright up this world like nobody else, bro. Holy fuck.
Right, so Hunter Hunt,
Okay.
the very game we're playing right now. Since when do you play Hunt, and how many hours do you have in this game?
I've been playing since beta, which has been like 2018, and I have like 3,500 hours or something. Most of that is just shitpost, just doing stupid stuff. And I've played it for so it has an allure to me, you know what I mean? Like it's not a game that you can burn out of easily because there's so much shit you can do and it's so different from a lot of other games.
Right. And so why do you like it so much? Like aside from the variety, like there should be something about this game that keeps you around for 3,500 hours.
Oh, the gunplay, man. I love the gunplay in this game. I fucking it's just clunky enough to make it interesting, but not clunky enough to make it like annoying. It feels like you can play around it, and it's not just like, oh, you missed your shot, you fucked, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just, and everything feels, you feel like you're doing something cool. Where in other games it's just like, oh yeah, spray down fucking hallway, get headshot. That's what it feels like in Siege. Like the gunplay in Siege is very like straightforward and simple, which is nothing wrong with that, but it can get boring over time. Where in Hunt, like there's a lot more. There's like more depth to it. Like you have to lead your shots, and this gun fires faster than this gun, and you know.
And then there are trades.
Yeah, and then there's traits that change the fucking gun up entirely, which is like levering with a Winfield turns it into a more close range weapon, and then fanning with a pistol does the same thing, and then you can put iron repeater, which means that you can get multiple shots off range, like down range faster and from longer distances, and it's just there's a lot of shit that you can do, a lot of mixing and matching, and a lot of interesting stuff that you can do with the tools and guns that you're given. So like and you've made fun of me for my persistent use of flare guns, but I like using the flare gun because it's so niche and so stupid, but you can still make it work, right?
Right. Yes, I'm not gonna go near this or that red barrel fight. What's gonna be your favorite playstyle? If you have one.
Okay. The playstyle, I like hyper-aggressive playstyles. I like being in their face. Because, for one, it just makes everything more chaotic, which is somewhat more fun. But, also, because playing passive to me, it bothers me. Because it's kind of like you're just letting the other team do all the things that they want to do, and then just running backwards. It's not as engaging. Where if I'm in somebody's face, like I have to be, like, I have to try to do something. You know, I can't just be like, oh, W key backwards. You know, I don't really like the sniper playstyle all that much. I'll run snipers, and I will sometimes run that playstyle, but I don't like it as much as I like just being in their face.
Okay.
And you can actually see that in a lot of my videos where, like, I do a lot of melee kills. I get really, really close, like, within, you know, fucking melee distance, and then just stab people, because I've always found that funny, too, because I like, like, for instance, Call of Duty. Yeah. For instance, in, like, Call of Duty.
Bonds?
Oh, nice. And, for instance, in, like, Call of Duty, I would run a knife every so often and just run around and try to stab people who had guns, because it's funny, because they have a gun, right? They should beat you every time. But sometimes they don't.
Oh, have you seen these?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's got a friend here. Alright.
This is more than you have.
Patch yourself up, fucker. There's a medkit.
So I'm getting so tired of this fucking fighter game, honestly.
Right? And that leads me to another question. Your least favorite boss?
The assassin.
Assassin.
All the other bosses can be hit with a sticky bomb, which basically makes them fucking easy work, right? But the assassin, like, you have to do some weird timing with a lantern to do it, and it's only somewhat consistent. It's fucking annoying. The scrap beak, you're discouraged to do it, but you can still do it in a pinch, right? So now, if we're taking sticky bomb out of the equation, the worst boss unequivocally is the spider, because it's just so fucking fast and it sticks to the ceiling.
What would you define as your weak and strong points in the game?
Okay, so I'd like to say that I have, like, at any given point in day, like, time and day, like, my aim can be off or my game sense can be off, but if I had to pick, like, okay, what is my strongest suit? It would probably be game sense, even though it's probably not that strong, to be honest. But like I can keep track of things, and I know where people are, and I have I have decent map knowledge, but my aim can sometimes be severely fucking lacking. So the weakest point is probably aim, and the strongest point is probably like map knowledge / creativity, I guess you'd put it. Like just okay, like trying to use things that shouldn't work to my advantage.
So environment, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Random bullshit go. like that's
Fucking lantern, I choose you.
I mean, fuck, I've been picking up tomahawking recently just to throw shit, to have more shit to throw at people. Like that's the level of I want to use environmental objects to their fullest that I'm doing. To the point where I'm picking up a perk that is just so fucking useless.
In your opinion, what would be the strongest and the weakest gun in the game?
Strongest gun is the uppercut, by far. It's just, it is good with everything. No matter how much, and they've nerfed it 100 times, and I'd still say it. Because it's good with everything, it's good all around. You can make it do literally anything you want it to do. You can put fanning on it, and you can use it somewhat close range. You can, even though it's not the most consistent in the world, it does in a pinch. It keeps extra long ammo. There's no... I just saw somebody in 285.
A firm. 85 is
like 285 over
Uh-huh.
here. Like so far, like almost out of range. Like I can barely see him. He's not stepping any closer. He got further away. I can't see him anymore. Well, I mean, I guess this gives me time to answer the question then. But yeah, the uppercut is just incredibly fucking powerful, and is the most versatile weapon in the game. And the fact that it's a small slot is just, it just makes it so much better, right? You're just like, okay, have a shotgun, have an uppercut. Have a Sparks, have an uppercut. It's just the answer to every question. And then the weakest is the normal Nagant, or the Nagant precision. Like, they're just fucking useless.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like everybody will say that unless they're trying to be contrary.
I would agree on the default Nagant, but precision is somewhat usable still.
I mean, just because like everything is usable in this game. You put it pretty well in your fucking Nitro video. There are no weapons in this game that are overpowered, and I'd put it the exact same way as, like, there are no weapons that are underpowered either, right? Like, not, by underpowered, I mean, like, useless.
Yeah.
But just because it's not useless doesn't mean it's useful. It's still the weakest gun in the game.
Yeah, there are guns that outclass this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And not only outclass it, but outclass it in the position that it's trying to fill.
Fair enough.
Just getting in sight again, 300.
Stay low. I will be the wild card.
Yeah. Red shirt, black ass tagged.
Red shirt's dead.
I think red shirt, black ass the last one. He's running this way, tagged once.
Tagged.
With Derringer.
Yeah. Let me get some star shells in.
I hit him twice with Derringer. Fuck.
He died.
He died.
The Constantina armor.
Nice. Haha, and you have something perfect to deal with that. Oh, fuck. Nice kills. I tried to fucking... I really wanted that Derringer kill.
That's early uppercut, by the way.
Got another question for me.
Yeah. A bunch of them.
Ah,
That is
got a lot of questions about
the
hunt.
largest category amongst the 3 of them. Do you have any like the most memorable moment in Hunt? So, yeah.
Okay, I've gotten a lot of double kills and triple kills, and I've gotten a lot of stuff with it.
So
One of the most
I need to
memorable
hit resupply if we are going to fight. Let's go fight. By the way.
Oh, you want to go fight? Okay, okay. Oh, we can do that. Still don't have a melee weapon, so out of my element, but we can make it work. The what was the question? Sorry. Lost my
Most
train of
memorable moment. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was my first 2 kills ever in the game. I got them in the most fucking Billy way possible too. I fucking was at the top of church in the tower in Blanchett Graves.
Okay.
And I had a Winfield, and I literally burned through all my Winfield bullets, shooting at a team. And my teammate was already dead, and he was burning. And the guys who were, killed him pushed up and were underneath me. And I jumped from the top story to the in-between story to the 2nd floor of the building. Stabbed one, jumped all the way to the very bottom and stabbed the other. And that was my first 2 fucking kills in the game. And now and if you wonder why I am very get in their face, that's why. It's ever since then I've always loved just fucking getting right up in somebody's grill and just doing it.
Yeah, you're pretty melee
Fucking
happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also compensating for my lack of aiming ability.
You make it sound way worse than it actually is. Alright, I see 2 signatures in the building, probably tower.
With that. Wow. Okay.
No
Oh, we had a
sparks?
Sparchy, and I was. Yeah.
Is that? Yeah.
Sparchy. Spark Sniper.
Right.
I tagged him, but doesn't mean anything.
Can I? I bet I cannot.
If you get a headshot with that thing, I'll fucking scream, dude.
Can we please... Can we just fucking stop for a second?
I'm trying to have an interview here.
Come on! Yeah, sure, fuck it.
Man, we've been having a fucking phenomenal day.
Right!
Oh,
So,
God.
effectively you have a melee weapon in your a combat axe in your slot. Just a cheatier one.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I like the swing better on their Marrow Hatchet anyway. Fuck it.
I mean, that's a fuckload of barrel kills potential. Also, how is our MMR not dropping?
Don't know, dude. This fucking game's horseshit. Oh man. Okay. Next.
Oh no!
question.
Oh no! My MMR tanks.
I haven't killed anybody in the last 4 rounds.
Yeah. On to the next question. Things that make and break the game for you.
Okay, so a gripe that I have, and Homereal actually just did a video on this not too long ago, and it was the fucking economy system, right? And Mikey has brought up to me on multiple occasions, even though I don't believe it, and I've said this on multiple times, and it annoys you when I say it. I don't think I'm that high tier, whatever. I honestly don't believe I think I should be a 5-star, but I do run into a situation where I always am running into Mosins. I'm always running into high tier shotguns, not just like a Romero, but fucking Crowning Kings and fucking Slates and whatever. And just it's annoying not to see as much variety from my enemies that I'm fighting. It's great for me because I never have to buy any high tier shit, but Like, it's so fucking annoying. Like, having to go up a fucking the hundredth of millionth fucking Mosin. It's like, come on, man. Just like, just have some variety in your life. And it's just so sad that there's all this wide variety of Arsenal, and it can be a lot of the times it can be broken down to Winfield, and if you have the money for it, Mosin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, show the vet some love. I love the vet. Come on.
No, that is gotta be one of my favorite weapons in the game.
And there's just so many people. There's people. The people who know that the vet's good swear by it, but the people who just fucking use the Mosin all the time, they're like, "Oh, vet shit, trash, garbage."
A lot of people find its iron sides like off-putting.
Yeah, I guess kind of, but like, it just takes a little bit of playtime, and you're like, "Oh yeah, fucking these two wings on the sight, you don't mean nothing, they're just there," and then it's, I don't know if you've noticed this, but the vet sight is basically just the Mosin sight with the two wings on it. I don't know if
It looks similar. Like Vet Silencer,
So-
for example, it looks almost like the Mosin.
yeah. And it's just those two wings that fuck people up, and that's so weird to me. Because it's not that big of a deal. But the
Okay, Kraus.
pros. I'll get to the positives after we get to an area that we believe we aren't going to get fucked. Well, if we're dead, we can't. I mean, we still can be fucked, but at least we won't have to live with the memories. Okay, so the things that make the game for me, because I don't think we're going to be shot at here soon, but watch famous last words. But even though there's a lot of the same gun over and over again, the gameplay is still engaging because I at least have a different variety. You know what I mean? Just because I'm fighting people who have like Mosins all the time, it doesn't necessarily mean the gameplay's boring. It's just I feel like they're handicapping themselves to an extent. Like it's not as annoying to fight a Mosin after you fought it 100 times. Like you get used to it. But you're kind of not playing the game to its full extent if you don't at least vary your loadout so often.
Mm-hmm.
Which, actually, I have a perfect example of this. So when I get close to 6-star lobbies, there's a guy that I run into almost fucking religiously. His name's Hippo, and he only runs an Optimon. Okay?
I'm pretty sure I met him.
Yes. I think you were with me one time when we ran into him. He only runs an Optimon, and he has like a 2.5 KD, and he just does that. Like, how the fuck is that even fun? You know what I mean?
Hippo, if you're watching this, tell us. That is a good question.
I mean, good on you, man. You've killed me like almost every time we've met up. I think I've killed you twice. But like, I'd get bored of running an Optimon every fucking game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Economy is what it is like, and variety is what you like.
Yeah. It's obviously, you know, the I already touched on the gunplay. The gunplay is very unique to a lot of other games.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps you engaged for a very long period of time. So that's what I would say. Positives, negatives. Of course, if you get really fucking bored, you can do something stupid like type in random hunt loadout in the fucking browser and then get a Romero Star Shell.
And find another idiot that would be willing to do this with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like drinking. When you're on your own, it's kind of sad and almost a medical condition.
When you're with friends, it's not only socially acceptable but encouraged.
As we say in Russia, if you're paranoid, it doesn't mean that nobody's watching you. That's very Russian humor.
Why is there always a fucking... Oh, there's a barrel up there that I'm gonna get rid of.
Down there? Okay. Sorry? Oh, yeah, we know.
We're getting flanked.
What direction?
Yeah, that spark shot at us. Yeah, it was sad.
Oh, yeah, this is Sparks. Thanks for the heads up, though. Appreciate it. Have fun. In here.
I have a flash. Oh shit. Sorry, give me a sec. Okay. I am gonna throw a flash in through the window. You peek through the door. Nothing on it. Yeah.
Oh! Both of them in there. I checked.
I didn't really have anything. I could have just switched to fucking
We're
doors,
getting
but-
steamrolled today.
I let's be honest, dude. Come on. We've had some pretty champion-esque fucking loadouts. Like some pretty fucking like stupid ass Psycho Ghost couldn't come up with this shit loadouts, okay?
I mean, considering that he used random loadout generator in his streams.
Exactly. He didn't come up with it. The loadout generator did.
Yeah. Right. What recent additions to the game stand out for you in either good or bad way?
I really liked the fact that they added the Inferno map. Like, it was a very interesting time of day that changed up a lot of stuff. And I actually also like the fact that they got rid of it for the, like, making it special for the event. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right, guys. For those who might be watching sometime later, we're recording this like almost freshly out of the Devil's Moon event.
And during that, they did a lot of interesting changes that I liked, which I'm going to talk about. So they added the perks, the pledge mark perk system, which gave you powerful perks for having certain numbers of pledge marks, so you could be rezzed with without losing a bar. You could get your hunter back. You could be
Solo self-revive.
invisible. Solo self-revive, also very good one. If you burned a health chunk, it would immediately come back, which was a funny meme more than anything else. Never being able to catch on fire. I thought all of those additions, and there was more than that, but I don't want to just talk fucking about that. But I thought all of those additions were good because it changed up the gameplay. But I don't think that they're good for like permanently being in the game, so I'm actually happy that they got rid of them. So I'm happy that they added something for an event that was tangible, and then they took it away and didn't just be like, yeah, that's in the game now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I do believe that some of these changes will make it into the game.
And I believe they should, but I also believe that adding things that are not permanent is also healthy because it mixes things up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think the Necro for
solos
was a really good change. I thought that was very not only interesting but also like very good for people who play solo, because I never play solo because I always want to have somebody to watch my back. I always want to be rezzed. I always da. But for people who don't want to play with other people or maybe can't for some reason, having that in the game is perfectly fine, and I think it would be an interesting change.
And guys, if you're willing to play Hunt with somebody else, but you don't have any friends that play this game, probably instead of going to the official Hunt server, you might find some cool guys on community-made ones, like Red's Nest, like Lucan's server, like Home Reels server. Links to all of them will be down in the description for you.
I also really like the Crag being implemented into the game, because I actually wanted them to add the Crag into the game.
Oh yeah.
Before, but yeah, I thought it would be interesting. I wanted it to be a medium ammo, but they made it long. But at least they made it so it wasn't like a one tap to somebody who's been downed.
Yeah, it's like veteranly. I mean, in regards, I mean, I believe that Crag has deals less damage than veteranly. It just
does.
it just has more pen and high velocity bullets.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking.
And I think that's very interesting.
Speaking about balanced long ammo weapons, take a peek at my loadout.
Nice.
Good thing I have like 1,000 of them in my inventory, so I never had to spend.
How much money do you have? It's not like you're decent at this game. You gotta have a decent amount of money, right?
23,000. Not really, because I do not play as many like. I tend to stick to off-meta loadouts, but to the ones that are tried and true for me.
Oh, okay. So you'll run the same loadouts a lot of the time, but they're not like Mosin fucking uppercut every fucking.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm feeling on the sweatier side, I would pick up Spark Sniper probably, because I really dig this gun. I feel like it is just the right amount of balance. It is powerful as fuck, but it is really dependent on your ability to actually perform with this gun, to utilize it.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, like, I honestly think that, like, long ammo, like, if using that as a segue to, like, my opinions on, like, long ammo and balancing and things like that, like, I honestly don't think that things are, like, that badly balanced in terms of, like, against each other, because, like, a Winfield has, you know, more advantages in a situation than a Mosin at specific distances and this, that, and the other. It's like, they're not, it's not just, oh, this gun better, you know. But I would like the weapons that are supposed to be better to be harder to get. And, like, it doesn't really bother me. It doesn't bother me to play against them as in, like, oh, it's so fucking overpowered, so broken, annoying, this, that, and the other. It's just so fucking same-ish, you know? It's like, oh, this guy has a Mosin for the 600th fucking time.
Yeah. I mean, Mosin is a great weapon. When I pick it up, I just feel like the game plays itself.
I wouldn't put it that far.
You barely have to account for
leading,
like leading muzzle bullet velocity. If you're playing on somewhat meaningful ranges with iron sights, if you're not trying to do if you're not taking pot shots at like 200 meters, and I don't know, it just has so much pen and so much damage. As long as you're semi-decent at clicking heads, it's gonna work for you.
But you also got to realize that I'm usually in a situation where I can play to the Mosin strengths. and I know what they are, but I don't do it. I just I'm aggressive. I go forward. So the Mosin would probably work better for me if I actually, you know, tried to play to it's like, you know, it's better at longer distances, stay back and da. But I don't do that. So for my playstyle at least, like a Mosin is just another rifle to me. Like a Mosin, Lebel, fucking Vet, they all serve the exact same purpose, which is shoot downrange until I get close enough to stab somebody or fan them, right? You know, like you laugh, but it's the truth. Like,
I mean, looking at your gameplay, being your fairly long-time subscriber, I do believe that.
Yeah.
Because I've been watching your videos way before I started making my own, and I actually forgot to mention that, but you actually were one of the inspirations for me. Like, the very first serious video that was posted on this channel was Prestige Challenge. And I just I shamelessly copied your idea.
Well, I did it. The reason why I do it is to show people, like, you know, there's other things in this fucking game than just Mosin, you know? Like, you can do dualies for an entire Prestige and get kills and, you know, have a good time until you start talking about Windy. And then, you know, you can do a shotgun only Prestige, and, you know, it gives you a new appreciation for each different weapon type you use. You know
how
what
did
I mean?
You come up with this idea, by the way? Or who was that? Like, how did the whole Prestige Challenge thing start?
So, Seji and Seji and Rat's Discord, CEJ.
Sedge, yeah.
Sedge. He fucking
Money.
He suggested the melee Prestige. On my channel.
Oh, yeah, Lab Rats.
Yeah. And I was like,
Gun
okay,
oil.
I have to do that, right? Like, there's no way, especially considering how I'm like the most melee-centric player you can ever find in this game. Like, I have to do that. Who's the zombie buddy?
Probably.
Huh.
Yeah.
Healthy dose of paranoia. Healthy dose of paranoia. But yeah, so I had it, and then it was like set in stone. Like, as soon as it was suggested, I was like, okay, I should probably do that. And then Sleepy was like, fuck, I'll tag along, and so it was.
It kind of became like a staple of your channel, like your thing, because as of right now, you pretty much have monopoly on these types of videos.
I've seen a couple here and there, like yours, which was well done, by the way. And I saw another guy who did a pistol-only Prestige. But the thing was, like, apparently people just don't like being nailed down to that. You know, for some, like, and I guess I get it, because I like variety too.
Yeah.
But challenging yourself, it's not going to be forever. You're not going to do it for, like, oh, I'm going to use pistols forever and always. No. It's like, I'm going to use pistols for blank period of time. Wow, we're marathon men. Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Okay. You know. But everything that I've used so far also has a very distinct limitation, other than, of course, one, which was fucking the long ammo on the Prestige, which was fucking easy.
No shit.
Actually, the two ones that were the easiest were Scavenger and long ammo.
Scavenger was the easiest to say.
It was pretty fucking simple. I mean, after you get the first kill, you snowball, right? You just go into...
For anybody that for some reason is watching this video before, like, and is unfamiliar with Bill.E.'s channel, like, this dude does prestige challenges. That means that he only plays a certain, like, playstyle, certain weapons throughout the whole prestige. And one of the ideas that he implemented in this video was Scavenger Prestige. That means that he goes out in every match, or what was it like? Did you get to keep the weapons on the hunters until they're alive?
You could keep as long as you only could use weapons that you picked up in game. So you could use them as long as you had them, but as soon as you lost them, you had to go back and get more.
Right. So
you go in with just tools and consumables. Try to kill somebody, take their loadout, and then try to make it work. And that wasn't, and you know, it's not that difficult, because like my two highest kill things are explosives and melee. So I had a melee weapon and I had explosives. And for a part of it I had even a gun, because you could use the Derringer. So it wasn't that difficult.
I just feel like actual like firearms, they even for your like explosive and melee centric gameplay playstyle, they act as a way to create some space for you.
Create some space or break the distance, like keep people's heads down while I push forward. And you're right, and there were times where I got fucked over because I had
Kraus.
Yeah.
Right there. I probably should not take this shot. Yep, I saw them. They had resupply. That's Billy's story and deputy. Yeah, they're running along the train tracks.
They're not coming this way either. They're just gonna run down the train tracks all the way to Boss, basically.
We can probably try to meet them. As long as
hopefully,
as we make it fast enough across this water.
They're running this way, I just saw them.
Best case scenario, we pin them down on the bridge. And we should be on this side of the river.
Yeah.
I see them on the bridge. I'm opening fire. Killed one.
He's dead. Nice. The other one's tagged, by the way. Nice. Good kills.
Yeah, Mosin.
Okay, you have point-click adventure ammo. You didn't have to fucking lead at all.
Right? I'm sorry, guys. I did not mean to play this loadout. I sincerely apologize to you.
Nice.
They killed the carcass. I take there.
Like at this opening or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
Fuck.
In a minute, man. We got people to kill first.
Flash out. Nothing on the flash.
I'm gonna wrap around this mount. I think they pushed it.
Uppercut.
Yep.
Close range.
Take that under advisement. Why is he backing off? It's fucking close range.
Might be a solo.
Solo with a Romero or a crossbow, maybe? I hear people to our southeast, too.
Southeast, you say?
Yeah, just the guys in the compound running
There's the
around.
compound.
Okay, I have a dumb idea.
Right.
He's right here. I hit him with the beetle. He just stopped the bleeding. He's right here, right in front of me. Shotguns.
Tag the sparks.
Yeah, good fucking shit, dude.
Wrapping counterclockwise onto them.
Tagged once.
Good
right
tag.
here.
Fuck.
Guy in building as well.
Got bees. Fighting bees.
Good sub. Tagged once. Right here.
Fuck. Ah,
okay.
I wished.
Stop the burning, stop the burning. Jesus Christ.
We are clear, Billy.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Good kills. Cool loadouts on these guys. At least on this one. And yeah.
Man.
Right, should be good to go.
Yeah. I have no idea what we were talking about. Because that was a fucking hour ago.
Rifles, economy. Yeah, how would you balance economy and hunt?
Okay, so the best way I've heard it be told is to add a different currency system to buy some higher tier weapons.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem being is, like, then you'd have fucking 3 different currencies in the game. And that would be annoying. So, the way that I would do it is, before this game was in full release, when you got a full clean sweep bonus with 1 bounty, you get $425. Right? Now you can get like 600, 700 if you get out fast. Or 500 minimum. I'd at least drop it back to that 425 minimum. Not minimum, maximum, sorry. Because I found it significantly more difficult to get an obscene amount of money at that point.
So,
but
decreasing monetary rewards.
Decreasing, yeah. But the thing is that's a double-edged sword, though.
Yeah.
Because I have been told on multiple occasions that, you know, I'm better at this game than I give myself credit for, and maybe the reason why I have so much money and I go up against these, people who are really good at the game is because ELO, and the reason why I always am going up against Mosins is because ELO and whatever. So I guess I'm not really a good fucking
example here.
Example, if what people tell me is true.
I'd say that this way of balancing would hit players that don't have as much time to invest into the game as we do the hardest.
But if the ELO system is working properly, they shouldn't be going up against people like me, which means that they should get wins more often than if they were going up against people like me. So the ELO system should, in theory, balance the economy system in some way, but it doesn't. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing here for me, because I firmly believe that you are only outgunned and hunt in a number of very specific situations. Say you have Romero and a saber, and there are two fuckwits in a compound that shoot at you with Sparchi from like picking pixels.
Yeah.
So yeah. Here you are like outgunned, outgeared.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, thank you, game. Thank you, randomizer. But in your average gunfight, I think that we can split all the weapons and hunt in two categories: shotguns and not shotguns.
yeah. I don't know about that entirely, but I do know where you're about to go with it. Go on.
Not accounting
Like-
for like bomb lances and crossbows. Like these are gonna
crossbow, I just throw.
fall under shotgun. Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly 1000% agree with fucking that assessment. Like I would rather, and here's the thing. This is my opinion, so feel free to tell me that I'm a fucking idiot. But
You're a fucking idiot. So what's your
I
opinion?
would rather go up against a shotgun in a building than a sniper at a fucking million miles any day. And the reason why is because shotguns I have felt and I have seen and I have gone up against are inconsistent. There's an inconsistency.
Right.
Yeah. So the inconsistency is what I believe balances the shotguns in the game, which is why I don't bitch as well. I'll be like, fuck, he didn't die, even though da 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 da, and I'll be a little annoyed. But I would much rather have a situation where I don't have a shotgun and they do, and I still might have a chance. Than
sorry.
Okay, dude, the average player of this fucking game is cross-eyed, dude. I just ran up against a guy with slugs. He tagged me and I didn't die. Like, if your turn, fun fact, if you're turned side on, they hit your arm. They don't kill you. It doesn't pin. I refuse to believe it does, because there's been so many times that I've hit somebody side on, point blank, with buckshot, and they didn't die. Like, there's been so many times where I've hit somebody in the arm because they were side on from me and they didn't die with shotguns. And so I am using that as a way of saying that shotguns are not overpowered. And I don't think slugs are overpowered either, especially after the nerf. Now, like, before the nerf, the slugs made the game into Doom Eternal. I'll give you that. Because the slate with slugs was disgusting. But they nerfed it a little bit and it made it less disgusting. And I can live with it.
Two concluding questions. Your favorite weapon and hunter skin?
My favorite weapon, and I feel like this is pretty obvious, but, you know, I'm gonna answer it anyway. Favorite weapon's the saber. I love the saber. The skin, like hunter. You said hunter skin, right? So
favorite weapon skin and hunter skin.
Oh, weapon skin and hunter skin. My favorite weapon skin in the entire game is Sins of the Sun. The Romero
The
that's
Romero
fucking
headshot,
draped in
yeah.
blood. Yeah, that's just draped in blood. I think it's fucking.
It's
awesome.
really
I
cool.
think it's, yeah, and then especially considering how that's the way it would look if I used it the way I usually play the game, which is just fucking up in people's face all the time. Like, yeah. My favorite skin, is looking through them just to pick. It's like trying to pick my favorite child. It's like, okay, my favorite skin in terms of like generalized favorite is Red Shirt because he's so fucking stupid.
Oh yeah.
But like as aesthetic, like the aesthetic that I like the most
Huh?
is probably Devil's Advocate.
So, Red Shirt.
Red Shirt is like the fucking skin that I'd use for fucking memes, and I love that skin because it's just so stupid. But if like but that's just because it's stupid. You know what I mean?
Red
It's
Shirt,
just
not redneck.
because not redneck, Red Shirt, the target.
Yeah.
But then like if I'm actually like running a skin because it looks cool, it's probably Devil's Advocate because Devil's Advocate looks fucking dope. Oh, and
Okay.
haha, nerds who didn't fucking unlock it, bitch, haha. Because it was an event skin.
You're talking to me right now.
Get fucked. You know what? Wait, let me just buy a Devil's Advocate.
Just a flex.
There
on
we
you.
go, baby. What up?
The other question would be, if Crytek were to give you your signature skin, what would that be? What
Oh my
weapon and
God.
what style?
Oh, you should not have asked me this question. I put way too much thought into this. Fucking okay. I know the name of it. I know what it's on. I don't necessarily know the style. Okay?
Right.
It's called the Punchline. It's a flare gun skin. I feel like if you know anything about me, which you definitely do, you know why. But I think somewhere on the flare gun it should say "Watch for barrels." And then it should have something. It should have like some kind of fire design because fiery explosion. And yeah, that would be my skin. And that is something that I will say and be 100% proud of every time, because that is so fucking. Because everybody's like, yeah, I want a fucking Mosin skin, or I want da 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 da. No, fuck, give me a flare gun skin, bro. That's all I want.
That is a really Billy answer.
I'm true to myself, man. Like, I like doing stupid shit, and that's one of the stupid shit that I've adopted as my own.
And that concludes the first interview. Now before you go, I want to ask you for one thing. I don't care about likes, subs and all that bullshit. There is no way I'm monetizing this channel. The thing I need from you is feedback. So please, spare a minute of your time to write me what you liked and disliked, your general thoughts and ideas. Any suggestions are welcome.